What's up guys, Random Razor here with another tech video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out Switch Easy's glass cases for the iPhone XS and XS Max. So of course, without further ado, let's slice this open, slap it on the iPhone, and give you guys my quick in-depth review. So I've reviewed metal cases, leather cases, plastic cases, rubber cases, and of course my favorite hybrid style cases, but glass cases are definitely something that you don't see too often. So new for this year, Switch Easy introduced two glass cases for the iPhone XS and XS Max, their original iGLASS case, as well as their new iGLASS Rebel case. So we're going to check out both of these cases out in one video. The first one here is the original iGLASS case. And according to Switch Easy, they are the first brand to produce the world's first glass case for the iPhone. Popping this out, looks like the first thing that we get here is the case. So some warranty information, and that looks like it's, nope, there's a little bit more. And behind here we just have the instructions. So here's a closer look at this case. You can see it's a two-piece design. You have this outer TPU rubber material, and then we have the famous glass back. So it looks like this case is made of three different materials. You have the TPU rubber, and then you have the glass. The glass is actually fused to this metal border, which I believe is made of aluminum. So to install this onto the iPhone, I believe the rubber piece goes on first. And once you have that on, we'll take the glass piece, and it somehow just kind of clips into place on top of the frame. So just push around the edges, and you hear a really tiny clip. And once you're all done, this should be the end result. So taking a quick overview of this case, starting off with the top here, we do have an excellent amount of bezel protection with the TPU material wrapping around the entire border of the phone. I also wanted to point out that this case appears to be compatible with my edge-to-edge glass screen protector, so if you have one of those, you're more than likely to be okay with this case. In addition, you can also see these corners here are reinforced with extra TPU material for better drop protection. Moving on towards the sides, we do have a small cutout for the vibrate and ring switch, a plastic cover for the volume rockers, and they still feel like actual buttons when you press on them. However, on the other side here, it appears to be I'm missing the power button cover. So I'm not sure if it fell off or something. I didn't see it in the box, but I guess I just got a defective case there because there is no power button cover. On the bottom, we have three individual cutouts for the lightning port, stereo speakers, and mic. And lastly, on the back of the case is the most highlighted feature, and that is the tempered glass that covers the entire back of the phone. The nice thing about having a clear back is quite obvious. It shows off the Apple logo, the iPhone logo, as well as the color of your phone. It's also a precise cutout for the dual camera and flash. And one advantage with glass over clear plastic is that glass is much more scratch resistant, easier to clean, and a bit more fingerprint resistant as well, thanks to the oleophobic coating that is coated on the rear glass. Overall guys, I'm pretty impressed with this case. I really like the slim profile, even though this case is mostly made of glass. And it's definitely a very well crafted case. One of the features that Switch Easy advertises is the ability for this phone, even though it has a metal bumper around the back part of the glass, it doesn't affect the wireless reception. On top of that, Switch Easy also advertises that they have an air gap between the glass and the back of the iPhone. When you have glass pressing on glass, it's going to create a watermarking effect. So Switch Easy was able to design this case to ensure that when the iPhone is sitting on the case, it's not actually touching the glass portion of the case to ensure that your iPhone looks good without watermarking. In terms of any cons or things I don't like about this case, the only thing I can mention is I'm not a huge fan of the lettering on the top and the bottom portion of the back glass. You can see here the lettering pretty much just advertises a couple features of the case. On the top here it says wireless pass-through reception. That was the metal thing I was talking about where the metal frame doesn't impede the wireless reception. And on the bottom here, it basically says tempered glass, or 0.8 millimeter tempered glass, and an aircraft grade aluminum border. Now granted, I'm happy that Switch Easy has some cool features with this case. However, the fact that they printed on the back just kind of takes away the look of it. I think the back would look a little bit cleaner and just better without the added lettering on the top and bottom of the glass. Anyways, that is a quick look at the Switch Easy iGLASS case. The next case that we're going to check out is the Switch Easy iGLASS Rebel case. So you can already tell this is basically the original iGLASS case I just showed you guys, except a beefier version of it that offers military grade anti-shock protection. Alright, so let's see what we get with this one. So first off, we have the actual case, some warranty information, and that looks like that's pretty much it. So take a closer look at the Rebel case. Just like the first one, the back here is made of glass. However, unlike the original eyeglass, this appears to be a one-piece case, so it doesn't look like we have to snap two pieces together. Alright, so to install this, pretty much like a snap-on style case, we'll go button side first, and it should just pop into place. Alright, so here's what the case looks like on the iPhone. One thing I want to mention is that if you have a back skin on your iPhone, whether it's a vinyl sticker or a skin like mine, this case appears to lift it up a bit, so it's not really compatible with a back skin. However, it's not the case's fault. This is just an extra thing that the case wasn't designed for, but if you do have one, you may want to consider removing it. Anyways, taking a quick overview of this case, starting off with the top here, excellent amount of top protection with the TPU wrapped around the entire border of the phone. Moving on to the sides, you have a cover for the power button, as well as covers for the volume rockers, and a cutout for the vibrate and ring switch. These buttons are pretty easy to press, and they still feel like actual buttons when you press on them. On the bottom of the case, you have 3 individual cutouts for the stereo speakers, mic, and lightning ports. And finally, on the back side of the case here, which is the most highlighted feature, is this tempered glass back. We also have a generous cutout for the dual camera and flash. And also like this carbon fiber finish that they have all the way around the TPU border. Overall, guys, my initial impressions on the iGLASS Rebel case is pretty positive. Although a little bit disappointed that this wasn't compatible with my back skin on the iPhone. Again, it's not the case's fault, but nonetheless, I do like the glass or the tempered glass back, as they look so much nicer than plastic clear cases. The carbon fiber is also a nice added touch for those of you who like this type of texture. And with the original iGLASS case being a slim profile, if you want something a little bit more protective, then the Rebel series is definitely a better option. In terms of any cons or things I don't like about this case, just like the original iGLASS, not a huge fan of how Switch Easy likes to print their stuff on the actual glass. I don't mind the actual glass logo, but the fact that they also print down one of the features of this on the bottom here is a little bit unnecessary. In conclusion, guys, what are my thoughts on the iGLASS Rebel case and the original iGLASS case? This is definitely one of the more unique cases I reviewed for the iPhone. Having an iPhone case made of tempered glass is certainly something that's a little bit unheard of. That being said, if you want a clear case for iPhone and you're not a fan of the clear plastic ones out there because they scratch or they yellow, then this is definitely an option, as glass is much more scratch resistant than plastic. Anyways, that is a quick look at Switch Easy's new iGLASS case and iGLASS Rebel case for the iPhone XS and XS Max. If you have any questions or comments about these cases here, ask away in the comment section there down below. Hit that like button, as it always helps me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.